before I get started with this video, I actually wanted to talk about, or mainly summarize what will be going on in this video that I didn't explain too much in detail. I mean, I might, but I'm recording this like the final part. I'm just putting it in the beginning, just in case. I'll probably do a little voiceover here and there, but otherwise, I'll just explain. Basically, I'm going to be turning this drawing, which I didn't show at first, I'm going to be turning this into a doll. The problem is, I did not succeed 100% in making it exact or even remotely close. Well, close enough. But problem is, well, there's no problem here actually. It's because this is a prototype. So in the future, I will be fixing this thing, and it will probably look a lot better than the one that you are currently going to be watching me make. Without further ado, here's the video. Hi, my name is Mr.BlackBear, but I think you already knew that. And welcome back to whatever series I decide to name this. This is hopefully going to be the first of this series, but anyways, hi. Welcome back. My name is Mr.BlackBear, which you already knew that. I'm going to be making a doll, but not just any doll. I'll be making, like the title suggests, I'll be making a marshmallow thing named Marshie. I'm the original guy. I wasn't 100% planning to make this, but I decided to because I think seeing trial and error, because the doll you'll be seeing in this video is a prototype, and I think it might be a bit more interesting to see the prototype's progress than just making another one 100%. I know it's going to be good. So this is pretty much a little documentary. Time stamping myself. I believe I'll put the date somewhere right here. If I didn't, good job me for being lazy. But if I did, that's the time, the date. I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to see the time and date somewhere, anywhere, throughout this video, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, let's just get to it. I don't want to waste too much time. And to the explanation we go. Take it away, me. So yeah, basically, like I said, that this is a prototype. I am not 100% that it is 100%. So what I'll be doing is I'll show just a little bit of sewing, show you the completed version. If it needs adjusting, I'll do that, and well, that's pretty much it. And don't mind that you can see a different human's face inside mine. I'm Mr.BlackBear. He's not. Let's get started. Well, so far I have the body, I have the one of the arms. But that doesn't matter. Right now, I have this, which is the other arm, to whichever side. I'm thinking that the seam will go into the body, as I kind of made this a kind of like a cone. So that's what I'll do. I gotta get the actual part for this. There you go. So then I'll just get started, I guess. Alright, that's just a matter of flipping it inside out. That's just what you do. So that's what I got so far. Time to make the rest. Alright, so here's the head, but I'm not entirely too sure if this will go as I plan. Obviously, since it's a marshmallow, I gotta make it a cylinder, so it's just gonna, be 1, 2. Simple as that. Though I don't think it'll be proportionate to the rest of the body, but I guess I'll have to see. Otherwise, I have a bunch of marshmallows in my room now. So I'll see how that goes. Well, there's that. Wait. Well, there's that. I'm kind of liking it. Just a little bit. Just looking at it, it's all right. Maybe if I made it just a little bit bigger, but maybe that's just for the newer models. I'll do that. This is a prototype, so I'll adjust it accordingly, you know. All right, it's just time to move on to the legs. In a deleted scene, I poorly explained in like 15 minutes that I was just gonna sew the loose parts off camera. But as you can see, I'm doing it on camera, so whatever. Because I felt it was just easier to, when I stitched the legs, that if the whole body was completed, I'd just do the legs, right? Well, that was my my second mistake. The first mistake was probably the head size and or the body size, which I later concluded that it was probably best to shrink the body rather than increase the size of the head. But what I mean is by the mistake of sewing the head on was basically that neck is probably the best access point to stuff any part any lower than the neck, which came as a problem when I was stitching the legs together. So there's that. And hey, wait, why aren't you in uniform? That's better. Anyway, so that's the head. There's that. And obviously here, I go right back to sewing. To the legs, like I promised a lot earlier. Some of you were wondering, why didn't I just move that part to the part that I said I was going to sew that? Shut up. So basically I ran into just a small problem. I have that done, and if you notice, this thing has a nice curvature to it, but I just realized that when I made this was like literally just the top half of a thigh of like one of my other dolls, but the fact is that this is a tiny chubby creature, and it's basically like its lower legs just stuck into the pelvic bone. So I already sewed it where the hump goes, outward, front of the doll. That's the front. So it's facing that. So the curvature goes front of it, but maybe it might make more sense if the curve went the other way. So I'm gonna fix that. Be right back. Alright, so I've kind of run into just another small problem, but that's just because this is a prototype, so it doesn't really matter. Here's what this thing is. Well, it was a little too tall in the torso. This thing is supposed to be a small, tiny, short creature, so I kind of just sewed parts and bits into it to make it a little bit more stubbier. I don't know if you can really see that. Here, there, that. Another thing is, I guess there's not really much to say about it. Can do that. That's just the way I sewed it. The next step is to make the face. Oh, and by the way, I had I fixed the leg situation. So here's the front, here's the side. So like I said, if I did it the normal way that I usually do, the curve would have been going out and this being flat, because that's just normal human legs. But I decided to do this because, you know, well, it's supposed to be some sort of chubby creature of a sort, and like I said, that's mainly the reason why I did so. The parts here on its side and the back, just to give it a bit more stubby look. But like I said, this is a prototype, so I will have to adjust that because the torso was a little too long. I'll change it for, you know, the market. And this head, I might change it, but I'll see how I feel after I make the face. So I'll do that. But I don't know. I think the head is a little too small for my liking, because it's supposed to be a small, tiny creature. It's like, it's got this big head, tiny body, and all that stuff. Being all cute and adorable, whatnot. Whatever. This is a marshmallow. Can you tell? Anyway, there's that. I'm gonna get to that, because the face is the last thing I need to do. As you can see, I'm no stranger at making dolls, and thusly I made patterns for each of them just in case I ever would need to make more of them. I currently have the Marshie one in the works. Hold on to that. And well, right now for this one, the reason why I bring this up is because I'm more interested in the eyes. And I don't usually like to waste so much fabric, mainly because I usually have a limited amount. So I just usually like to take some other parts and recycle them. So this is one of Bun Bun's eyes. I'm just gonna make a cutout. Ugh. And then just resize it however I see fit. And that would be it. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so here is what it looks like with the eyeballs, the exact same size as this. Obviously it's just a little too big, so I'm just gonna fix that. Also, yeah, I'm just gonna fix this, round it out a little bit more, you know, with some scissors, and I'll be right back. That's what it looks like, all completed, all done. And I don't know, it looks pretty alright. It's okay. Like I said, here's the pattern I made it with. As you can see, I replicated the eye. And well, there are a few things I want to change to refine, I guess, because unlike some of the other things, I kind of didn't think about a lot of things. For example, this, I don't know, for some reason, in a lot of my designs, I always prominently show it's female through its the little lashes, as well as the body type. Let's just get that out of the way. And I used red thread and did like did one of those. Not entirely too keen on the head size. That was something I already had discussed. That was a little, might need to change that, and like I said, the thing, this thing, the body, the torso, I need to kind of shorten it just a little bit. It's like probably like that. I don't know, just a little bit. So honestly, the way it looks right now, even with my adjustments, I think it looks fine. It could be better. Obviously, that's something I have to adjust while doing the final refined version of the pattern. Therefore, whenever I need to make another one, it'll look perfect. Now I think this thing, that's what I was getting to. I did do that with just red thread, but I might just substitute it with just red fabric and do little circles. This kind of looks like a rash. I kind of did it similar with another doll. Give me a second. That. One thing's for sure. This is a strange doll, but bear with me right for a second. I did the same thing. Did the same thing with the face here. Kind of my attempt at embroidery here, which obviously wouldn't work because, you know, the way embroidery usually works is the fabric is completely stretched out as far as it can, and then you sew in whatever. Probably when going forward, I'm just gonna skip this and just put red fabric on here because I do have red fabric. Kind of looks a little weird. Also, it kind of affects the face a little bit. Don't know if you can see that. Well, as sewing does, tie things together. Therefore, it kind of mushes the face, just scrunches the face just a little bit. Don't know if you can see it, or if you want to see this creepy little thing. That kind of looks like like a stab wound. So you know what? I might keep that for a different idea, but this thing is supposed to be this little chibi cute thing. I did not achieve the chibiness, nor the cute. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I think the head would work on a different body type. Because the thing is with this, I had used basically just like, I just severed the lower half of a leg. And that's why the body's a little like that. As you see. Well, I have this one. It's a skin tone one. So basically I just severed this, specifically this pattern's leg, to make that pattern for her. Hopefully we can get a better version of it. I usually like to keep the prototypes, not sure how. As you can see, I have many of them. I usually like to keep, I feel like I would like to keep the prototypes, and then whatever fixed up version I make, for whoever wants it, you know? So is that. And let's just do a small little recap. That's the finished product, and here's the pattern. I feel like this would be actually interesting to show. Maybe, I don't know, depending on who you are. But yeah, that's that. This is the arm, it's torso, leg, head, and that's the eye. I didn't really do one for the mouth, only because I was kind of on the fly, and I'm sure I can replicate it, and it's no big deal. And, you know, maybe a different expression. Who knows? There are a few modifications I need to get done, specifically with the torso, because obviously it was just a little too long. I think I might need because what I did was I rounded this thing. I think I might need to make the edge a bit more jagged and a bit more shorter, which honestly was a surprise to me, because I thought I did a fairly alright job. Because I made these curves, even though usually I do a straight line, so that's added. And I made it curvier because, you know, it's supposed to be some sort of like like I said, some sort of chibi creature, some chubby little marshmallow thing. And so I did that because I see there's a whole lot of them. They usually get like this like rounder belly. And I thought, you know, that would work. That, and it worked. I might keep this and redo this whole thing because I think it needs to be smaller next time. Because I'm done with this video. That's pretty much it. You get to see the prototype if I ever make a more better version, and you guys want to see how I would make it. It would probably be the more refined one, so that stays like that, and I'll fix it up next time. In conclusion, the Marshie project here, code name Marshmallow, was not a total failure and a good success. You know why? Because honestly, the one thing I did succeed in is making her pretty squishy. This thing is the right amount of, you know, cotton. So, you know, I'm happy with that. I have to go back to those patterns and fix it up. I don't know if I might make it even smaller than this one, because I kind of like the head size shape. It turned out a lot better than I did. The hands turned out a lot better than I thought they would too. I might do like this same size of torso. Maybe make it a little smaller, shape up the legs a little bit more. Who knows? I gotta fix it. That's the big thing. I gotta fix it. Who knows if I'll show it on camera? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Depends on how I feel about it. And in the end, I made a marshmallow. I feel like that's the biggest takeaway here. I made a marshmallow thing. I don't know how to feel about that. Anyway, my name is Mr.BlackBear. I'll see you next time. It's not how you do it. Hold on, wait, I can do this. Hold on. I made a marshmallow today. That's what I did.